What's up? That's right. Play the music, Tim. We here. We here on the live show. You know we here in the building after a nice Sixers victory against a very good Dallas team, which has been playing exceptional. They had some great wins as of late, some great comeback wins too. They beat the Nets last. They came back against Golden State. They back against, I think it was like Boston or some Miami or somebody they beat. I can't remember who exactly it was, but they had some quality wins within the last 2 weeks. And they came in trying to get another quality win, but we didn't allow it. If you catch on our platform, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, the whole kit and caboodle. But we here. And once again, Joel Embiid continues to shine and really lock down, in my opinion, this MVP thing. I mean, I know he got some competition with a couple other cats, the Joker playing good and all that kind of stuff like that. But I think it's his to lose at this point. And as long as we keep winning, especially if we finish in that 1 or 2 area, it's a wrap. I think he got MVP on Smash.
I agree. And I don't think we appreciate what Joel is doing this year. Because Joel is averaging.
You don't. You definitely don't. But go ahead.
Okay, see, I was trying to get a man props, and you already taking a shot already.
Because we know how you do. Everybody who joined know how you do. Go ahead.
I want people to really appreciate what Joel is putting up, the numbers he's putting up, pretty efficient in his scoring as well. What I got to say, though, is we need bench help. And when we get that bench help, you see we get results. Niang been off the last couple of days, but last couple of games. But today he came up huge in that third and fourth quarter. Hit some timely three-pointers, and then him and James Harden, who James Harden shot and missing. I'd say that since he's been here, that three, he had a lot of threes. I think like 3 or 4 3-pointers, and he was struggling early on. But that fourth quarter, he came alive. So I mean, I'm feeling good about how we played today. I never felt that we was in jeopardy of losing the lead, even when they started making a run. I still felt we was going to be okay, and we were. So good quality win. Very happy.
I agree. Your boy Sergeant Bass, he asking for a wrench. He been asking like the last 10 pods. I don't know if you've been seeing him or ignoring him, but I agree. Harden, he started feeling it. You could tell at one point he was digging into his bag. He started feeling it. He had a little step back jumper, not even a 3. He had a little step back jumper, layup, hit the 2 step back threes. He started feeling a little bit, and that's what I want. If he get rolling like that, we unstoppable. If he get rolling like that and be doing what he's doing, Maxey playing here, feeling what he needs to feel in. The only thing that kind of irritated me a little bit, though, to be honest, B got to stop dribbling so much. I know I don't want to be nitpicking on the MVP of the league, but he got to stop dribbling so much. Like even early, there was a play in the second quarter.
I know exactly
where he dribbled down to Maxey, was wide open in the corner. And I'm like, yo, just give it to Maxey. And then he kind of passed around and ended up getting back to Maxey. I forget what happened on the possession. But I'm like, yo, he had Maxey. Because Maxey got enough speed where if you hit him in the right spot and he got enough step, he could go right to the hole real fast with it. So I'm like, yo, take advantage of this opportunity. Stop trying to be this point forward. I mean, this point center so much. Like that kind of irritates me a little bit. I don't know if he's trying to play Joker role a little bit, get his assist up or something to act like I could do the same thing he can. You know how B play. But my thing is, bro, just give it up. You got more than enough ball handlers on your team and dudes that could create for your squad. Just get a ball up. But I mean, despite that, me nitpicking, he had a great game, shot 55% from the field. Made some plays when it was timely coming down the stretch. I think they got it to like 10 or 11, and he hit a jump shot, right, kind of like at the foul line. And I think that was the bucket that kind of sealed the game once he hit that, closed the game out nice. So, I mean, he a monster. I can't say too much bad about him, but a couple of them plays, and he had a couple turnovers. I saw a couple people mention it too. He had a couple turnovers on the when he was handling that ball coming down the stretch too. So we got the win.
Little goofy stuff he was doing, but overall, I really can't complain about him. He's allowed to make a couple mistakes just by the way he's playing. I don't know why I hate on my man B like that either. That's just stop the hate. But yo, I'm telling you, the boy Jalen Brunson, he gives us fits. He gives us fits. He's actually somebody that I would love to have coming off our bench. That's the type of scoring power that we need. Like somebody like that. Remember, he lit us up last time he played this. So I mean, then he scored like the first, I think, 7 points of the game for them. I think he scored the first 7 points. Period. He was just lighting up. He was getting his But overall, though, impressed. This is one of our more impressive wins. And there's a stat out there that say we pretty much undefeated when Thibault has more than 10 points. So,
oh really?
Yeah. So if he scored 10 or more points, we usually win the game. So to me, that's probably key for us to.
I can agree. I mean, that's I could believe that he shot 3 for 3 tonight. I mean, on his field goal. I know he had 2 threes and then I think a dunk or something. He cut to the basket, I think, for like a layup or something. But I mean, that if you get that type of production from him, and I know you can't get everything, because I'm about to say if you could get Danny Green doing better than 1 for 6, you'd be doing good. Yeah. But if you could get that type of production from him, I could definitely see us going undefeated with that type of production, because he bring the defense for the most part. He's going to bring it, and then more than likely, somebody is always going to have. Maybe not a bad game, but not the best game. Like for instance, Maxey had the 8 points tonight. He had a couple spot up threes, which was nice. But we didn't really need him to score because Harden started getting his bag. Toby did already have 14 points, but this is the perfect game. And Niang finally showed up, at least in the second half, because he was off a little bit. I think he was 0 for 3 at first, and then he knocked down the 2 threes and started getting himself grooving. But you're gonna need that every night. Everybody ain't gonna have a good game, so you need Thibault, the dude to nobody paying attention to. That's the dude that got to take advantage of opportunities. Maxey everybody watching Maxey. Everybody obviously watching B. Everybody going to keep their eyes on Harden. Even Toby going to get some attention. Thibault, the dude that got to eat when ain't nobody paying attention to you. Could cut, ain't watching you, hit the spot up 3 when everybody get double team. So as long as he play his part, we be all right. But this is this consistency we keep talking about with a boy like Thibault, Danny Green, Niang. They gotta give us that consistency, man. We get that, we gonna win.
I got another point, and I agree with you what you just said. Another thing though, then the ball assist game is nice. James Harden was finding everybody, and he was Embiid, like he said, he made Embiid's game so easy today. He kept finding them a couple times on the pick and roll. B didn't roll. He kind of let the ball. I know one time he let the ball go over his head. It's like, he's not really following the passer. But James Harden was finding him for open buckets easy. James Harden is a very skilled passer, man.
He is
underrated. So that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good for us in the long run.
I would have to agree, and that's another reason why. And I even seen Maxey. Actually, I mean, I'm not trying to credit everything to Harden about how he's growing, but even some of his passes look Harden-esque. You know what I'm saying? When he driving he get it down to B in the box and all that kind of stuff, where he drive to the lane and then he hit B with the little quick bounce pass, boom, right between the defense. And that's why B is getting me mad. He had 6 turnovers tonight. Bruh, all of them, maybe except one. I think one, he kind of got his pockets plucked in the lane or something like that. But pretty much all of them except one could have been. That's the irritating part. Just get a ball up. One pass, he was trying to drive and threw it over Thibault's head. Remember, for the oop or something? Yeah. If that was Harden, that oop would have been right on point. That's another thing. He threw a couple nice lobs to DeAndre. DeAndre still got the hops a little bit. I kind of like that. He missed the one door that had like.
I'm like, you got to make that. That's an and-1. You got it. It was like a little tap, and all of a sudden you missed everything.
But you be told. It looked like he jumped too high. Like it looked like his head almost hit the rim, and he kind of like went to come back a little bit. It looked like he still got it a little bit. I had to give him, he had 8 points. He had 8.7 rebounds. So that's what we want. That's what he needs to give us. That's Drummond numbers. Drummond might have gave you a couple more rebounds. He might have gave you 8 and 12 or something. But this is kind of the numbers which you're looking for him to get to fill that void with Drummond. And as long as Niang hitting and Thibault hitting, now you feeling the void of Seth. And what's he been doing lately, huh?
He's been hurt. He's been hurt. He's nursing this, and he
always hurt.
He got bad ankles.
Oh, yeah, they hurt my man Steph Curry too. I don't like that. Y'all gonna get a sideways Golden State podcast because Wayne and Ethan ain't decided to work tonight.
Steph. Shout out to Steph. Hill already gonna be out till mid-April. They gonna wind up being the 7th seed.
Nah, they ain't falling that low.
They gonna fall.
They ain't falling that low. But we'll talk about that later on. But somebody said the Nets is in the Nets is in a battle right now with the Trailblazers. So
good. I'm good because I don't want nothing to do with we're not gonna get the 1 seed, so I want them to stay in that 8th seed. If they stay in the 8th seed, then that's gonna be Miami versus the Nets. That's gonna be a tough matchup for both of them. It's gonna be a tough out for either team. So I'm cool. Let them struggle.
I know. I agree. Listen, Master of the Craft. I'm not. He said you cannot lay off a B. Listen. Beat is the MVP. I'm not in no way, shape, or form. I'm hating on Joel, but those plays, to be honest, are the ones that can cost you a playoff game. I was listening to a podcast when Draymond Green. It was actually whatchamacallit was on there. Joel Embiid. I forgot to send it. I don't know if anybody got a chance to look at it. He had Joel Embiid on the podcast, and he was saying how many things need to go right in order for you to win the championship. And because Joel Embiid was saying, he said, I think he's made the quote, he said, I'm trying to learn how to win. I don't know how to win yet. And Draymond was like, well, you do know how to win because you've been a winner. Like you got to the playoffs, you've been winning games, but how many things have to go right? All the little stuff needs to kind of fall in line for you in the championship. So if I see a pattern of little things that could possibly cause this, it gives me a little bit of concern. Just get a ball up. Crucial turnovers, 6 turnovers. Yeah. That could cost you a game in the playoffs and have you on the outside looking in. So that's all I'm saying. But beat is the MVP.
Danny Green got mad at him too because Danny Green was wide open for a pass and he turned the ball over. So it was like Danny, 6 turnovers is a lot of turnovers. It's a lot. Every kind of remind me that Game 7 against Atlanta last year when he had 8 turnovers. But outside of that, he's been balling, so I can't hate him.
I know you want to sneak that little jab in there. I think you want to sneak that jab in there. That's cool. But I was happy to see Brunson. You mentioned him earlier. I ain't comment on it. I was glad to see him doing his thing. He had his family there, so he had a little bit of extra motivation.
I'm glad.
Go ahead.
I like that. Play well, but lose.
I agree.
Are you concerned about Tyrese? Because Tyrese landed on his hand. I think after he landed on his hand, he wasn't really the same as far as his game.
Yeah, I hope it's nothing. I mean, I didn't see him. I was watching him as the rest of the game. He didn't seem to be favoring it or nothing like that. Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully ain't nothing lingering. I'm sure if it seemed to be serious, they'd have took him in the back and x-rayed it. So, yeah. I mean, he probably just shook it off. It might just be sore tomorrow or something. But
I hope so. I hope he's all right. I hope it's not something to linger. I really don't want this thing to linger at all.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I agree. When we was texting during the game, Tim said if we lose Maxey, our season is over. Yeah, I mean, do y'all agree with that? I personally agree with that. I think he's a integral part to what we're doing. I do think Tobias could probably pick it up a little bit in the absence. I think, I'm saying it right. Absence of Maxey. But in order to win a championship this year, to put us in the best possible position, if Maxey go down, we done. We done, in my opinion.
Yes. Now, coming into this game, one of the things that I was concerned about is Doc's use of the bench. Because we got 3 games in 4 nights. Like we off tomorrow, then we play Sunday, and then we play again on Monday. So I was saying, are we going to use the bench correctly? Because you can't just tire these players out. So when I'm looking at the minutes played, everybody played solid minutes. There wasn't like Fiber only played 21, Tobias only played 24, and Embiid played 34. The person who played the most minutes was James with 42 minutes. But that's that's what he do. He just play a lot of minutes. But I do see what I like is Niang got 27 minutes. Danny Green got 31. That's a lot of minutes for 3 points. But the bench was able to get significant minutes, which we need. I want to see how he's going to blend the bench because we can't wear everybody down, then we ain't going to be no good in the playoffs. So it's going to be this is something that Doc going to have to do in the next 2 days. So far, so good.
No, go. Yeah, I mean, that's the part of this season that you don't want to take the foot off the gas too much and not come in, especially in our situation. We have a unique situation where we got a player 20 odd games out of the playoffs. We got a new player, drop them into the lineup. So you do want that continuity as best as you can. I do think Harden's experience helps expedite the process and how active he is with the players and all that kind of stuff like that. So, but at the same time, you still want to develop that going into the playoffs because you are going to be playing against a lot of, especially your number one, which I feel your number one opponent is Milwaukee. They haven't had many changes to their roster. They experienced the winning championship last year. They're coming in with swagger. So you got to match that as best as you can so we can get some continuity popping, coming down the stretch. That'd be perfect. But you do, that's where a coach, that's the fine line you got to tread with time, continuity versus the risk of injury or wearing a player down.
Yeah.
That's where we at with it. So that's where, hey, look, if you're a Hall of Fame coach, you got to figure it out.
That's why you get paid all that money. It's important though to do it because you can't afford to have him be struggling in the playoffs. I want him to be rested too. Like I think they gotta find at least 1 or 2 days where he's off, 1 or 2 games where he's gonna rest down the stretch.
Who's that, Joel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I see Joel want to play every game. Like you know how well Joel is right now. He wants that MVP.
Oh yeah,
he wants that MVP, and he know with the boy, the Joker, he plays 95% of all his games. So and it's him. Those two are battling. So he's like, I gotta play if I want that MVP because that's what they're gonna be looking at. The voters will look like, is he playing all the games?
Sergeant Bass, what's good? Oh man, what a good game, man. Good game. I just got back. I was down at the game. Out with the lady. She was banging them little sticks together all night.
And that's all we're gonna say about that, huh?
It was good. It was a good game, man. I enjoyed it. Plus, Harden, good to see him. I think it was the third and the fourth, beginning of the fourth quarter. He started getting his stroke back.
Yeah.
He's missing wide open threes, which he usually hit. I would say, but listen, it was good seeing him back, seeing him getting his rhythm back. We need that. Starting to get as we start getting closer to the playoffs. We still top heavy as we know. Niang only dude off the bench that can play. I don't know what Shake. Watching Shake was just running around on the basketball court. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah, and Shake got minutes tonight. That's the thing. They gave him minutes.
He didn't score though.
And I mean, listen, it's gonna be hard for boys like Shake though, because you got bona fide. Doc hasn't done the all bench lineup. I don't even think he really can at this point. So anytime he in the game, it's gonna be somebody vying for the ball. Like you're gonna have Toby, you're gonna have Maxey, you're gonna have Harden or B. Like it's gonna be hard. Niang has been hitting the three. Thibault been getting his shots up a little bit. It's gonna be hard for a dude like Shake to get the. Truth be told, I'd rather see Shake shooting than Danny Green at this point. Danny Green loves shooting and missing. He missed the most wide open threes, I think, out of anybody in the NBA. He has to. He has to.
He was 1 for 6 today.
Exactly.
For 6.
I give him 1 for 5 because one of them was a half court heave toward the end that I think it was a half of the second quarter. I'll give you that. So I'll give you 1 for 5. But still, all the other 4 that you missed was wide open.
Yo, look, what? I don't know something about defense though. Brunson was giving out work.
He always did to us. He plays the 6. Well, this year I'll tell you that much. He kills Maxey. Maxey can't defend.
He was every time Maxey was on, he went to the hole.
Yep. He was my young bull.
Yeah, he was killing. I remember he kept trying to get the switch on Maxey too, which just gets eaten. But Luka struggled too. Good team defense.
We needed that night. It was almost like Ben was sticking him.
Here you go.
The D strap down. Thibault had a couple knock behind. You know how he do. He nice tips.
Yeah.
Blocks. He was active. He's active on defense. Good to see him knock down a 3 too. That's what I want to see. I know y'all probably talking about. In minivan, we need 12 to 14 points a game from minivan. In order to be successful.
I agree with that.
He's actually the only one that's going to give us something off the bench, night in and out and night out. Y'all think we could get 14 points a game from Niang?
I mean, this what I'm saying. He's going to get open looks. We have so much talent right now. We so top heavy on this team. And we going to get constant mismatches. What I did like to see, Toby was taking advantage every time he got the bull Brunson on. He took him right down in the weight room.
He did.
And he took Dinwiddie down there too. And Dinwiddie did this little flopping John one time and got an easy offensive foul on him and all that. But he was taking cats in the weight room real quick. He actually hit that shot too, if I'm mistaken, the one Dinwiddie flopped and got the offensive foul. But my point is, dudes draw enough attention for Niang to get open shots. All you gotta do is knock down. What was he tonight? What was his shooting percent? He was 4 for 8. That's all you gotta do. Give me 4 for 9. Give me around, even if you give me 40%. That was 50% tonight. That was good. Give me 4 for 9. Give me 4 for 10. I'm cool with that. Just knock down your open shots that you get, and that's all we need him to do. And you could get 12 points off of 4 easy 3-pointers. That's all we ask you to do. So I think if he could do that, I honestly think that right there will give us a fighting chance every night and productivity from our bench. But somebody said Maxey defense is terrible. Maxey actually has good defense. He just jumps too much. So, I mean, I guess maybe that makes his defense suspect. But he's there. It ain't like he's not active. He don't get blown by really. And tonight he got blown by a couple times. But for the most part, he's pretty active on defense.
He was getting blown by.
Yeah, tonight he's getting blown by a little bit. But you can get Maxey. He goes for the pump fake every time. It's like, yo, stay on your feet. If you stay on your feet, you in good position. He jumped too much. And I'm sure they probably preaching that to him, but he probably been doing that all his life. So it's hard to break them kind of habits, but he got to stay on his feet. That's the number one thing he need to do. Stop jumping.
Yeah,
look at our average because we took 38 threes tonight. That seems high for our team.
Herb, you notice we've been playing a lot of zone defense. We went to zone a lot in this game, and
we have to because we struggling on man to man.
Yeah,
I don't think somebody said somebody Miz 35, let me call him out, said Thibel's defense is wildly overrated. Stop the hand checking and fouling the jump shooter. What do y'all agree with that statement? It's wildly overrated.
I think that's a wildly exaggerated comment.
I agree, Miz. I think you fishing a little hard for that one. I mean, you may say it's slightly overrated. I don't think so. You got to remember, this NBA is very hard to play defense. Everything is catered to the offense for the most part. Now, they did this year kind of put some rules into place that did give the defense a little bit more of an advantage. And Thibel's an active dude. See, boys get mad because Thibault gambles, but Thibault's gamble also gave him 6 steals 2 games ago. His gambling gave him 2 steals and almost a 3rd steal tonight. Like his gambling creates stuff. So it's like a hitter in baseball. The dude swing for the home run. Like, okay, you might strike out a lot, but you might hit 40, 45 home runs in the season. Like whatchamacallit, what was his name off the Phillies? Ryan Howard. Everybody used to get mad at Ryan Howard because he was always swinging for the fences, but he would get you 35 to 40 home runs a year. So sometimes you take that. Thibault is active dude, active hands, jumping the passing lanes. So I'm sure he one of the top dudes in steals per game and probably steals overall this season. So I take some of that, but you do got to be careful. What he mentioned, the fouling of the 3-pointers, that right there, you do got to tone that down. You got to balance that a little bit.
So you feel better?
We take. Did we take 11 or make 11 threes a game? I gotta relook at this again.
We gotta take it. Anybody making 11 3-pointers on our team?
Yeah, it's 11. It's making 11 a game.
You talking about one person?
No, the team. As a team.
Oh, okay, the team. I was about to say.
I was saying how many we took, but we like 25th. We make 11 threes a game. I was trying to see how many.
That's low though. That's not good.
How many we take a game?
25th out of 32 out of 30 teams.
Yeah, what makes? Yeah, I think Utah leads the league with like 15 makes a game.
Somebody said, Miz, you can't keep going back to that. Listen, he talking about the foul in Game 7. That was a dumb play. I agree.
Absolutely.
But my thing is, you can't. It's hard when you're dealing with an athlete who plays the game a certain way. It's hard to take the bite out the dog. You trying to take the bite out. Yeah,
He said, "Well, everybody here got a wrench. Tim gave everybody a wrench. Wrench for you. You get a wrench. You get a wrench.
They was asking for it. No more wrenches. All the wrenches is done. All the wrenches.
He passed all the wrenches.
All the wrenches is done. There's no more wrenches left. But you can't take the bite out of the dog, though. Like it is a balance that you want players to strike, but at the same time, you as a coach can't be like, "Yo, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this." You have a player thinking too much. You do want players to, at a certain point, to play free, to be themselves, to create and make stuff happen. And I wouldn't harp on Thibault too much about getting fouls. And they first of all they starting to call fouls again like they did last year. The fouls that we wasn't seeing called early in the year, they kind of starting to relax a little bit and call the game a little bit more like they did last year, and sending players to the line. So I'm not mad at Thibault defense, man. Thibault play your defense. As mad as he hit the shot, I'm cool.
No, I agree. I'm not nitpicking. I think my problem with Thibault is he's a one-trick pony. All he does is play D. I want to see him hit that three like he did tonight.
Man,
he hit that open three consistently, then you got a nice, solid 3-and-D guy on your team.
Yeah. So next year, I don't want to hear nothing about surfing off season in the gym. Working on your game.
Work on that shot, man. That's what you need because Harden gonna get you the ball. A lot of times though, when he gets the ball under the one thing he does when he gets the ball under the rim, he hesitates because I don't know if he's comfortable under there. It's not like he had opportunity to shoot under there, but he'd rather, I guess, shoot the three. He don't have a lot of moves. His dribbling ain't crazy.
Yeah.
So 3-and-D, stick to that and play that defense like he played, and he can be a Danny Green in this league for years to come.
I was listening to one of the a podcast for one of the Dallas Mavericks, and they actually was saying that what's the boy name? Luka. They said Luka is like James Harden 2.0. They got like real similar games. You ever thought about that as far as like they good with finding people and getting their own
they slimmer. They are similar. The way they work the court, slow and control. It's nothing fast about either one of them. So it's actually a little you probably think you can get the ball from them easier than you can. You know what I mean? Probably a little deceptive. The way the game is.
They got old man game, like old head game.
They'll put you right in the post, do a couple moves, all of a sudden you somewhere else and they laying the ball up. Now, did y'all see that? I was at the game. Did Luka crack Harden and Harden put his foot out to tripping? Is that what happened?
That's what I didn't see that.
Replay. I
didn't see that part. I got up to get some grub at like wasn't it early in the third quarter because I came back. Actually ran in the store and I came back.
That was in the first half.
Yeah, first half I had to run out the Chili's.
It was in the first half. It looked like Luka went to put a move on Harden, stuck his foot out and tripped him. Harden was falling, stuck his foot out and tripped him or something like that.
Did they call a flagrant foul? They ain't called
a foul.
Flagrant foul.
Yeah, I ain't see that. I can't even comment. Somebody might be able to comment who was in the comment section, but I ain't see that. Mr. Wing, stop that. Stop hating on Harden. Dominic, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last name. You might have to spell it out for me in Ebonics. Yeah, there you go, in the comment section. But he said team zones are not working against us anymore. That it don't if you hit your shots. This is why Niang.
That's a smart comment. It's really not working like it was before. You're absolutely right.
We got two things. Yeah, we got two things that's working. Harden does know how to break a zone down, even know how to penetrate on it, and Bulls is hitting shots. If Niang is hitting that three, if Thibault's hitting that three, and when Harden hitting that three, the zone is useless. Zone useless at this point. Because if you come out too far, Harden does have enough handles and quickness to get past you and then create for somebody else. B come streaking, a Thibault come streaking or something, or like he was throwing the oops to DeAndre Jordan. Stuff like that could break a zone down kind of nicely. So I agree. As long as we hit, we good.
Yep,
we good. But I do agree. Their games are similar too. Somebody else said it too. Luka got game. The thing that just amazes me about Luka is it is kind of like Harden, where he don't look fast, but it don't seem like nobody can stay in front of him.
That's what I mean. Deceptive.
He always getting by somebody. I don't know if it's just Yeah, like I guess it's technique involved in it too, where how body positioning and your footsteps and all that can kind of create space
And
for,
how you
for
lean on
yourself.
somebody just to give them, you know what I mean? Give them that slight bump, get them out your way, get them off you. You know how they
Yeah.
do.
Only thing is right now, I keep noticing James Harden keep getting his shot ate up though when he try to do that.
Dude, he been getting
I'm
beat
like,
a lot. I agree.
Thibault played for Thibault tonight was great. I don't know why I don't know where the Thibault he came from.
Now they still hating on Thibault like that in the chat.
Yeah, that's between
That's,
Mr. Wing and Tim. Tim was hating on Thibault. Well, he ain't hate on today, but he hated on me last year. And that some of that last year hate still resonating, talking about Thibault
listen. I hate on Thibault because he ain't have a three.
And he caused the series last
he was
year.
bricking so many threes.
That don't
Get
change.
that confidence up, and we rolling.
This did look like, I agree with Kaiser Soze. He said this looks like the playoff sixes today. That's exactly how we need to look in the playoffs. If we look like this in the playoffs, we're going to be a formidable opponent for anybody in the East and or West if we play this type of ball tonight. So I'm loving it.
Then on Sunday night, we got a late game, an 8:30 game against Toronto. And Toronto is a tall team. They real lean. And rebounding is one of our issues. So I want to see how we play against Toronto because I think they're like an 8th, 9th place team, but they tall and they give us fits, especially their guard. What's the bull name? He light us up every time he's on there. What's the dude name again?
Talking about Van Fleet.
Van Fleet.
Yeah, he kills us.
Oh, he's a shooter. Yeah, he's a shooter.
Yeah. That's another one Maxey be struggling against. Listen,
Van Fleet get hot, he can shoot anybody out the gym. He one of them dudes that could get hot and get hot fast. And he from the Steph Curry era. They all little Steph Currys. But if he get hot,
I will say
he go off.
I will say Harden still doesn't look. He looks good, but he doesn't look as dynamic as he did his last year in Houston when he was averaging like 30-something a game.
Yeah,
but he's still good enough to win with.
I think he wants. I think he's a smart dude. So I'm trying to lean to say that he just wants Embiid to keep eating so he can shore up that MVP. Because if Harden does anything extraordinary, what's going to happen is people are going to start looking at him and taking some of the shine off of Embiid. And I really
that's a possibility, but I don't think he's missing shots intentionally. I mean, his field goal percentage was 6 for 14, 42%. Not bad for a guard, not terrible. I mean, you would want Harden to be probably up around 45, 50th range. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like he's not showing us his whole complete game, though.
I agree with that a little bit. I mean, I do think he got more tricks in his bag. I think he kind of got comfortable with the 3 moves that we talked about a couple podcasts ago. I think he got comfortable. They're effective. It's like what Coach Boone say off Remember the Titans. He said, listen, it's like Novocaine. Give it time, it always works. So yeah. I think that's where Harden is with his game. Like it's been working all this time. So ain't nobody really stopping. Y'all stop it, I'll do something different. So he been getting the step back 3 as long as that's falling, as long as it floated falling, and as long as he going to the line, Harden going to keep doing what he's doing. It's getting him 24 points, 7 rebounds, 12 assists. He give you that 42% from the field, 37% from 3. I can live with that.
Yeah,
I can live with that.
Yeah. That's even with no production off the bench, you can still win with that.
That's our only issue right now is the production off the bench.
You ain't getting it though. So we are what we are. I don't know if you want to throw Korkmaz out there again.
No, Korkmaz is done. We're done with Korkmaz.
No, I don't know, man. Some reason maybe Cork give you a little more than Shake. I don't know. That's a toss-up. It's a toss-up.
Send them to Ukraine or something, but no.
Yeah, no. Really?
My bad.
No, it is a toss-up between him. We gotta this offseason, regardless, win championship or not, we gotta address the bench and some athleticism, at least coming off the bench. Toby probably be going more than likely. We'll see who we get if we get that role filled and all that kind of stuff like that. But we gotta address at least some youthful athleticism on this team. We don't have none of that outside of really Thibault and Maxey. After that, I mean, Paul Reed, I mean, he looked good in the G League, whatever it's called, D League. I think it's G League. He looked good in the G League, and then he come here and he looked confused and lost at times. And then sometimes he played, halfway decent, but that has to be addressed. We gotta address our bench a little bit.
We hopefully next year we gotta grow it. This year we just gotta play with what we got. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, see how it shake out. We just gotta have, Joe Embiid just gotta show why he. Hopefully, he won MVP. Gotta show why he the MVP of the league in ball playoffs.
I agree.
Different.
Yeah,
he might have to average 40 through the playoffs.
Who that?
Joel.
I agree.
I think
it's another thing, real quick. I do want to see him. Some of them passes hard and throw him in the middle lane. Like when I watch what's the boy named DeAndre Ayton play, and Chris Paul giving them passes right in the middle, he take it right up. He don't hesitate. B sometimes can have it. And I don't know if maybe he looking for the defender to run to him, but a couple times it looked like he right there kind of open for that free throw jump shot. And he could just knock that down just a little, like just boom, get it, shoot it, boom, get it, shoot it.
He wants the defender to run to him, so either he can run. A couple things he wants to happen.
He's not an instinctive player. I'm
telling you his instincts right now. Either you going to go for the pump fake, he can go dunk, or he can get you up so he can get a foul and try to get an and one or something like that. It's a couple things he's trying to,
He's thinking about his game is more of he thinks he's methodical as far as playing. He's not instinctive. He's not just sitting there that's just his game.
Stop it.
He's not instinctive. I know instinctive.
I mean, I'm not gonna say instinctive, but I just think, like Ethan said, I think that's the lane he's working with right now.
Yeah.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. I know people were like, "Why you ain't gonna be?" I'm not. Beat has added so much to the game. That one play he had toward the end where he kind of pump fake dude jump. I mean, he kind of pump fake. He didn't go for it. Then he kind of spun. Then throw another jab and dude went for it. And then he just went around him for like a little scoop kind of layup joint. It was like Hakeem Olajuwon-esque. It was nasty. I mean, he added so many so many moves to his repertoire, to his arsenal. I'm not trying to nitpick. I think I agree with Ethan. He could average 35, 40 points a game, doggone there, come to playoffs if he just put everything. I mean, just some of that little stuff. That's all. But what y'all think? Somebody, Mr. Wing, asked about, and that was crazy. Deshaun Watson to the Browns. If somebody want to comment on it real quick, $230 million guarantee. That's nice. Unheard of.
That's nice.
Hold on. But what did Mahomes get? Did Mahomes get more than that?
I think I don't know if it's a guarantee. His is like a $400 or $500 million contract. I don't know how much is guaranteed though.
And I think his is like 10 years almost.
Yeah, it's a long joint. I don't know how much is guaranteed. Well, how many years is Watson?
He got more than A-Rod, right?
Yeah, A-Rod got like 140 something, I think.
No, A-Rod got like 200 million from the Texans. Remember?
No, I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers got like 150 for 3 years, something like that.
How much was guaranteed? I don't even know if all that was guaranteed. Is all that guaranteed?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers got like $50 million a year for the next 3 years.
It's guaranteed, all of it?
I don't know, but Watson got you. He got a chance to sit out last year. All year, still got paid his full salary sitting out. And then, so he's going to come in there fresh. That's a come up. I'm happy.
Yeah, Mahomes is like $400 million, I thought. I don't think it was $1 billion. I think it was like $500 million, everybody was saying.
All right, so I just looked it up, and it says he's the most guaranteed money in NFL history. Yes.
Who's that?
Watson.
Yeah, I never heard that type of guarantee before for nobody.
They said what the annual salary is. Aaron gets $50 million. Deshaun gets 46. Patrick Mahomes gets 45. This is a year now. Josh Allen gets 40, and Dak Prescott gets 40.
I heard once he signs on the dot, automatically $150 million goes right into his account. 150, like signing bonus and everything.
Really?
He gets $150 million, like whoosh. So he had to take.
That's crazy for a player that ain't played. What's it been, a year and a half? Almost 2 years now. He ain't played.
That's why you see why the Texans put all them charges on him, because they they set that man up so bad.
Bro, he is supreme talent, man. Yes, I would have loved that.
But he was making before that trade, he was making $39 million a year.
Yeah.
And they paid him all his money last year, right?
Yeah, he got paid every dime.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is $477 million on average. Okay. Yeah, so he makes, like Ethan said, on average he makes 45 million a year. Starting this coming season, I think he's going to start making 45.
So can you imagine what the owners make?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they make a hand on fit. This is why I never begrudge any players. And I would like to see, honestly, more players besides the quarterback, get them type of contracts. But I'm never mad at no player holding out, sitting out for their money that they worth, especially in NFL.
Devontae Adams got paid.
Yeah, he did. He came up. But I'm not mad at them dudes. Football is a brutal sport, short career. Get what you can from it and get out the game if you can. You know what I'm saying? So them owners are making head on fist. I'm not mad at them players at all. Any player. When everybody was mad, or not everybody, a lot of people was mad when the dude from Pittsburgh did the running back. What's his name? Who ended up going to the Jets.
I know you're talking about. He went to Kansas City too.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody help me out in the comment section. I'm talking about
Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell. People was mad at Le'Veon when he did it. I mean, if I was him, I may have considered playing because I think there was only one more year they could franchise him, and he would have made like $15 million that 1 year or something like that, and then tried again. But I understood his mindset. Like if he got hurt, then that sets me back. And he ended up getting out of the bag a little bit for the Jets. So I couldn't be mad at him. But I'm not mad at nobody for trying to get more bread. You should. This is all you got. Once your football career is over, then you got to find something else to do. So them owners ain't missing no mills.
No.
All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap this thing up, and so we'll be back after the game on Sunday when we be hosting. Or next, we'll be visiting Toronto, and after that, we head on out to I forgot who we played. Oh, we played Miami again, which makes no sense. And I think somebody mentioned this in the comments. We got to play another back-to-back Miami. Like every time we play Miami, it's coming off a back-to-back. 3 games.
I know that is true. I agree.
That's kind of
yeah. So I guess they honoring Baker trade request. He requested a trade like 2 days ago. They said, okay, listen. Not only are we going to show you that we gonna honor it, we're going to tell you we're going to show you that we going to honor your job. So
and the reason why Baker got mad because they was courting Deshaun Watson. When he found out, he got in his feelings, which I understand, but he had 5 years to do something. He hasn't really done anything. So they're going with somebody who's a better talent.
Ain't no way in the world I'm taking Baker over Deshaun Watson. I like Baker. I think he's going to be a solid quarterback in the league. I don't know about great, but Deshaun Watson has greatness ability. So you got to go with him. I'm not mad at that at all.
So hit that like button, that subscribe button. Don't forget to check us out on our next podcast. We out.
The win. Go Sixers.